Tidbits from TNT, Tuesday morning, the 4th of February 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. TNT. Iraqi oil, starting to deliver Kurdistan's production to SOMO. Procedures with Turkey for export via Ceyhan. Iraqi Oil Minister Hayyan Abdul Ghani announced on Monday, February 3, 2025, the start of procedures to deliver Kurdistan region oil to the marketing company, SOMO, while indicating that there are government procedures towards exporting oil through the port of Ceyhan. Abdul Ghani said in a press statement followed by Al-Jabal. The Ministry of Oil began its movements with the regional government by sending an official letter to deliver oil in a legal manner to the marketing company, SOMO. He pointed out that there are procedures with the Turkish government to prepare the Iraqi-Turkish pipeline to export oil through the port of Ceyhan. Abdul Ghani explained that the specified quantities are not less than 300,000 barrels per day of the region's oil, delivered to the Federal Ministry of Oil, to be exported via the Iraqi-Turkish pipeline. Tishwash. Iraq and Jordan discuss work stages in joint border economic city. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani received today, Monday, the Minister of Industry, Trade and Supply in the Hashemite Kingdom of Jordan, Yarab al-Quda, who confirmed the Jordanian government's support for Iraq's efforts to host the Arab Summit in Baghdad, scheduled for this year. During the meeting, according to a statement by the Prime Minister's office, a copy of which was received by Euphrates News, the bilateral relations between the two countries were discussed, and ways to strengthen them in various economic and commercial fields, in addition to discussing mechanisms for developing industrial and commercial cooperation between Iraq and Jordan. In light of the work of the Iraqi-Jordanian Joint Trade Committee, as well as confirming cooperation between the Jordanian and Iraqi private sectors. The meeting touched on the stages of work in the joint border economic city between Iraq and Jordan, which aims to enhance economic integration, stimulate investments and activate partnership, and the returns and benefits it will achieve for the two countries, especially with the continuation of work on the Development Road Project, with its strategic axes and projects. Tishwash. To discuss military and strategic files. A high-ranking American official will visit Baghdad soon. An Iraqi government official reported on Monday that a high-ranking American official is about to visit Baghdad soon, and that preparations are underway for the visit, noting that the official will discuss the American presence in Iraq and the structuring of the relationship between the two countries. The official told Shafaq news agency, special preparations are now underway for a visit by a high-ranking American official to Baghdad in the coming period. The official pointed out that the file of the American presence in Iraq will be discussed in parallel with adjusting the rhythms of the region, in line with the recent changes in Syria, Lebanon and Gaza. He said, the American official will discuss the mechanism for restructuring the relationship between the United States of America, in addition to understandings in the areas of security and defense, along with files related to the U.S. Federal Reserve. It is noteworthy that Baghdad and Washington announced months ago an agreement stipulating the withdrawal of the U.S.-led international coalition forces by September 2025. The Washington Post quoted an Iraqi official as saying that he expected Iraq to request an extension of the stay of U.S. forces, in light of the recent developments in the region following the fall of the Assad regime in Syria. Since mid-October 2023, armed factions began targeting American bases in Iraq, coinciding with the Gaza war, as the factions announced that their targeting of American forces was in response to American support for Israel. The previous escalation between the armed factions and America witnessed military responses from Washington, the latest of which was the bombing of the city of Al-Qaim, adjacent to the Syrian border. The U.S. Central Command confirmed at the time that its forces launched airstrikes in Iraq and Syria targeting sites of the Quds Force of the Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps and its affiliated faction groups. The command said that the U.S. military forces struck more than 85 targets with many aircraft, including long-range bombers, launched from the United States. The American responses to the targeting of the armed factions also included assassinations of leaders of those factions in the center of the capital, Baghdad, using guided and accurate missiles. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: dinarrecaps.com